have now completed my light test. I will now start on my end cap test. First thing I will do is I will open my door, pull this latch, open up my side door, closing my driver's door, making sure you always close your driver's door. I will now grab my wheel chalk my wheel. Make sure it is at least between the two drive tires. I will now tell the examiner about my safety equipment. Mr. Examiner, I have my 3 reflective triangles. I also have my 6 assorted fuses in here. Close this down. Mr. Examiner, I also have my fire extinguisher, which is a BC10 or greater. It is properly mounted and secure. It is not bent, broken, cracked, or damaged. It is not leaking. It also is up to date. It is inspected. My arrow is in the green, which is indicating that it is fully charged. My safety pin is also intact and properly mounted and secured. I will now step up in my truck. I will now shut my door, making sure that I grab my seatbelt, pull out adequate enough to make sure that you can show that your seatbelt is properly mounted and secured. It is not cut, frayed. Now I will latch my seatbelt, unlatch my seatbelt, latch my seatbelt, unlatch my seatbelt, latch it, and pull. My seatbelt is properly mounted and secure, and it is fastened in place. I will now put my key in. I will look for my ABS light on my trailer and in my truck, making sure that it is going off within 30 seconds. I will also check my oil PSI within the 30 seconds, making sure that it has risen between 20 and 60 PSI. Now I will check my water level, making sure that it is between 185 and 215. I will also check my voltage reading, which should be between 12 and 14 volts. I will also check my primary and secondary air gauges. They should be between 120 and 140, and on Volvos typically 125. Now, those things are done. I will now check my window. My window is properly mounted and secured, not bent, broken, cracked, or damaged. No illegal stickers to hinder my view. It is clean and clear. I will check my window seals, making sure it is properly mounted and secured. No abrasion, bulges, cuts, no dry rot. It is not leaking. I will check my windshield wipers, making sure that they are properly mounted and secured and they have enough pressure to wipe my windows. I will also check my window wiper blades, making sure they are properly mounted and secured. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts, no chunks missing. Now, I will check my flooring, making sure that it is clean and clear of any debris to hinder me while I am driving. After that, I will check my air conditioner and defroster. I will turn my air conditioner and defroster on, making sure that they both are properly working. All right. At this point in time, I will now check my 7 mirrors. I have 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2 on my passenger's side, and I have 1 on top of my passenger's side. Now, I will check my indicator lights. I will check my left blinker, right blinker, high beams, 4-way flash, engine off, and I have turned my key back to the on position. I will now push in both of my valves, and I will check my air pressure. I will check to make sure that I have no more than 3 PSIs of air loss with no pressure applied to my brakes. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, or I will continue until the examiner tells me to stop. Now, I will do my brake test with my brakes applied. I should lose no more than 4 PSIs per minute with applied pressure to my brakes. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, or until my examiner tells me I can stop. Now, I will fan my brakes down to around 60, and I should have 3 indicator lights come on. 1 at each of my air tank reservoirs and a triangular one. Here we go. All right, I have 1, 2, and 3 indicating low indicating lights telling me that I am at least at 60 PSI. Now, I will continue fanning until my protection valves pop out. Here we go. All right, my protection valves have popped out. Just in case if your examiner says, well, I didn't see your trailer valve pop out, do not point and do not touch it. That will get you an automatic failure. You simply say, well, sir, would you like for me to continue pumping my brakes down until it pops or whatnot? All right, now I will perform another safe start, Mr. Examiner, to build enough air in my tanks. All right, I have built enough air into my tanks. I will now do a tug test. I will start off with my trailer, making sure that my trailer is properly secured. I will simply put my truck into a low range gear, and I will push in on my yellow knob, which is my truck knob. Sorry. Now, I will put my truck in gear, and I will ease off my clutch just enough to get a tug, but I will watch my mirrors to make sure that I have no separation from my trailer. Okay, my trailer is properly mounted to my truck, no problems. I will now do a truck brake test. I will pull out my red knob and push in my yellow knob, putting it into a low range gear, and I will release my clutch just enough for a tug. Okay, my trailer and tractor is connected and is secured. I will now do a service brake test. I will push in my yellow knob and I will push in my red knob. I will put my truck into a lower gear and I will let off my clutch, letting it coast up to 5 miles per hour, putting my hands on my steering wheels lightly. Okay. All right, I have stopped my truck. I have no pulling to either left or right side, and my truck is secure. My brakes are correct and secure. Now, I will pull out my brakes, and this will end my air brake test.